All right, look like we officially live, gang. We are in the building, live in full effect. I just want to give some people some time to trickle in, giving some people some time to trickle in, and I am curious. I'm gonna put a poll out in the community, and what I want to make sure is that this is the best time for y'all to meet. I just thought that Tuesdays, if we're gonna be going Tuesdays, the later the better. To give everybody a chance to settle in, if you're working and stuff like that. But if y'all open to it, we could potentially shoot for 7 on Tuesdays, a little bit earlier, so I can get y'all in and out, before 8:30. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know. Y'all can let me know in the chat, on the live chat, if you're joining us through YouTube community. If you're on with us via Zoom, which I can see that we don't have anybody on via Zoom yet, you know. So I'm gonna give people a couple time to a couple minutes to trickle on here. All right, let people trickle on here. So we're gonna start at 8:32. And guys, just a heads up, if we don't have anybody on here, I'm gonna save this lesson. I'm not even gonna run it. I'm gonna save this lesson until we can get some people in the room because this information, boy, this information is gonna be some gold, some game. This is the same information that has helped one of our members, Callum, who was the host of the Callum Johnson show. Shout out you, Callum, for you know taking action on the information and using it, and running, truly running the play, truly running the play. What's going on, Crystal? How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well. So I was just talking to the people who are joining us via YouTube community about one of our most recent community wins. We had Callum, who's in the Discord, and a member of the community as well, who's the host of the Callum Johnson podcast. He actually ran a play on one of the offers that I suggest to my podcasters out there, and in a matter of 2 weeks was able to make close to about $2,000 for his podcast just by running the play. Um, and it was just through creating the content, doing what he was already going to do, and then just pitching it to his guest, and he was able to, make a couple $1,000 in just 2 weeks of offering it.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was big. So he's not going to be able to make the call today, I don't think. But I wanted to share that win, and give that testimony of what happens when you run the play and you try it out. But since you in the podcast space, Crystal, I think I think we might have went over this strategy, but I'm not sure. So I'll give it to you again, and you let me know if you remember or not. But it was the guest monetization strategy of you know, pretty much packaging up your content and offering it to your guest as a service. Giving them branded reels, branded content, giving them a little ad space in the episode, what have you. He was able to run that play. I ran that play a few times myself. Of course, that's how gave it to him. He went to all his past guests, pitched it to him, and I think he's selling VIP content packages to his guests for I think $550 a pop, which is what I advised.
I love it. I love it.
Got it.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Okay, okay, perfect. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I gave you that game or not. But yeah, that's definitely something. Once you get back into the swing of things of um, recording content or recording interviews, I would say specifically, I could even work with you on packaging up something like that to, pitch to your guests because that's the main reason why a lot of our guests come to us in the first place. Of course they want to tell their stories, they want to get that exposure and they see the value of getting on the podcast, especially one that has really good video quality, so that they can take that video, chop it up into clips, and they have something that they can post on their social media pages. So, helping them skip the step of having to find the timestamps and cut it up themselves. They're able to, pay you for that service of providing them with like 6, 7 clips. And a whole service of branding it, exposure, you name it, right? So that's the whole benefit of it. And today, I wanted to go into that a little bit more on, not just that offer specifically, but just being able to identify, what an offer is, what would be the best offer to pitch to your audience on social media. Because you'd be surprised, like how many content creators are not able to monetize their content, don't even have an idea of how to monetize their content. And some are harder than others, right? Like if you're doing comedy skits, that's a little bit more challenging to find ways to, monetize your content as opposed to if you were a business entrepreneur, right? It's a lot easier for you to craft offers, especially if you're giving value in a specific niche. You can clearly see what your people are interested in and what type of solutions or services you can provide to them based on the information that you're putting out. It's a lot easier. But, for other content creators, it's not as black and white and it's not as out in your face as, ways that they could monetize their audience by creating offers. And it's a ton of different types of offers we could put out there. We talked about a couple of them, like the subscription based community, the members only clubs. You always can go with the products and services. And the thing is, if you have a platform where you're doing interviews, and not everybody has to have a podcast, but I even think back to how many people are, have a decent following and they getting on Instagram Live, once a week, 2 times a week, and bringing on people just to kind of talk some smack, and they getting some followers from that. That's even something that people can and should consider, packaging up and giving that value as an offer, to those guests or those potential guests. But what I did was I went, and before I get into the lesson, of course, Crystal, did you have anything specific that from the last week that you are struggling with, or you wanted to share, or you wanted to kind of get some more clarity on? If not, any wins that you would like to share with us?
I am in the process of doing what we talked about last time, making the content calendar
Mm-hmm.
for myself, like being consistent with what it should look like, whether it's an inspirational. Now, I haven't figured out Asad. Is it Asad? Asan? What's the
Asana.
Asana?
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to reach out to you about that. I'm actually over on a committee for my 30th year high school reunion. So that has had me going for a couple of days, but I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm gonna reach out to him so I can, and even with that, trying to figure out how to put that on the, like on a calendar so people can see, and showing them the value of how it is to invest in a nice reunion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to market that a little bit too. And I'm marketing it to a specific group. So learning who my audience is, which is my 30-year class, but you still have people that holler broke.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I market to them to put it in a package to make it look good so that they will purchase it? So it's almost like trying to get a guest on, but I'm trying to market them to come to the reunion.
Mm. Okay, so it's like, so you're trying to, okay, wait, so you're trying to get you're trying to get more ticket sales of the reunion.
Yes.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. And you said that you got a lot of people who still kind of like holler broke, which means they basically saying they don't have the money to pay
Right.
for the reunion.
Yeah. And our reunion, our 30 years is not until August of 24 next year.
Oh, okay, so literally a year and some months from now.
Yes. So I'm trying to do like a campaign.
Yeah, how much are tickets selling? How much do you intend on selling tickets for?
So what I want to sell them for is a flat rate of like 200.
200.
Yeah, which would include a 3-day weekend.
Oh wow, it's a 3-day weekend.
Yeah. So the first one would be a meet and greet Friday evening. Saturday evening will be the official formal party. And then Sunday would be like a like a brunch going or a church service. We haven't decided
Okay.
on what that would be.
Gotcha, gotcha. The first thing I could think of is the value $200. Planning a $200 3-day weekend a year and some change from now. I mean, we are 3 months from August, so literally 15 months from now, they only have to put up $200. I'm just dividing that by 15, and I'm just going to break it down as a little smallest numbers I can possible, right? So
Mhm.
like you might package it for less than 13, for less than $14 a month because it's $13.33 per month if they were to save from now to August 1st for
Mhm.
their $200 tickets. And let's just say they don't have to RSVP until not RSVP, but they don't have to get their tickets until let's say let's say you want to get them early. Let's say they have
Yes.
to
Let's
get their
say 12
tickets
months. Let's say we
by
got 12 months from June to June.
gotcha. So even by 12 months, divide that's $16.66. So less than $17 a month
Mhm.
they can, pretty much have access to a 3-day experience, with celebrating a 30-year reunion. You want to package it up. You want to use a lot of emotionally memorable words, that make them feel like they can't wait to connect with people, network with people, see where people's lives have ended up. Most importantly, I think the biggest thing about reunions is putting that emphasis on the networking and collaborating and um uh kind of laughter, having some fun and stuff like that. So $16 a month, but even if you divide that by 30, you can even say for less than 60 cents a day, right? Like
Yeah, that's
that's a
that's how they get you with the feed a child for less than 60 cents a day.
yeah, like less than 60 cent a day. And what I would do is um are you like head of a committee or are you on like is there's like
I'm
how are the monies being collected?
So that's what we're in the process of doing now. Like
So
everything is very new at the beginning.
so I would advise making the uh
The website.
no not necessarily a website. I don't think that a website is necessary, but what I will do is I think that you guys should set up a Square account.
Okay.
Because what you could do with Square is you can set up recurring payments.
Okay.
And that's $16.60. I would just do a recurring payment. They could pay in full or they can pay per month for the next 12 months.
Okay.
Um 1750 so that you can at least cover the service charge of Square to process that payment every single month.
Okay. Let me put that down here.
Right? So you can give them the option of like $200 I think is still very is very cheap for a 3-day weekend. So like I would just say like $200 um if you pay if you pay up front or if you want to do like a 12-month payment plan. I would give them I would give them no more than two options with the payment plan. Like they can break it up into 3 months or they can do a 12-month payment plan for like 17 $18 a month.
Yeah. You just charge them the extra so
Yeah.
they'll see the benefit of paying it in full, um, paying it in half, or paying it in 12 months.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
and it really just reminding them that this is not just a one night event. Like this is a 3-day event to, network, rekindle relationships, laugh, collaborate with, some of your best friends from high school.
Hmm. Like I gotta put verbiage, rekindle.
Yeah, some very very memorable verbiage that just makes people get into their fields and be like, oh, that does I do look forward to that.
Yeah.
Um, I would even maybe look up some common questions that people would ask, like if you could put on, like if you creating a visual, right? Let's say it's a flyer, I would put like a question on that flyer, like say for example, I'm gonna try and find like a cheesy, corny one that I could think of off the top of my head. Who was your high school? Do you remember your high school crush? Something like that, right? And
Yeah,
and just putting it on the flyer, because then people gonna think about it. It's like, oh yeah, I do remember them, right? They don't necessarily. You can have them engage in the comments, but something like that. If you're gonna post a flyer, or a visual, like having that question, I would use that question as the hook, just to get people to engage under the post, get excited,
gotcha.
um, in the comments and things like that, and then have the link for them to go to that square to buy their tickets.
Okay, that's what you said. Square.
Yeah, Square. Um, Again, it's just this is like a one-time thing. I wouldn't say that you guys need to get a whole website for it. Square, or Stripe.
Stripe.
Yeah, Stripe is another one. It's very similar to Square.
Okay. Purchase tickets or Stripe. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I would do, for that, as far as getting people to get those tickets. I mean, when you got people saying like, "Oh yeah, it's too much," or "I don't have the money," then just break it down for them, and again, mixing with the pleasure and
Hmm.
the lowest payments that they could pay.
Right. Okay.
So that's what I would do. And when are y'all starting the campaign to start promoting this?
Um,
Like next month, June?
yeah, I'm gonna try to get it started by June so that we can get it out.
Okay. What I would do is I would definitely say that 7-day campaign is something you could take advantage of for this.
Okay.
From the hook to the educate is more so on like the motivation, like why should you care about coming to this 30-year reunion? What's going to be
Hmm.
so special about it? That's what you would replace the educate part for. The reward, talk about the reward the next day. Then go into the outcome of, you know, other successful reunions that you've seen, and maybe collect some testimonials from some friends that might have went to another high school reunion that you know of, and get them to like talk about their experience of their high school reunion. Um, that's what you could do for the outcome, and even the feature, right? Like
Right.
getting another person in your committee on a live for y'all to talk about y'all planning, like the things that y'all plan on incorporating in the reunion. Like let's say the Saturday or the brunch day, like what are some ideas that y'all been talking about, getting people excited for it? I would make that alive. So these different
Right.
days of the 7, you can, be dripping little things onto people, getting them excited for the reunion. And then obviously day 7, the last day of the campaign, is where you just go all in on the call to action, which is, get your tickets in advance. um I would say that maybe the difference between it, I would say make it a $50 to $100 difference of getting your tickets in advance versus the payment plan.
Okay.
So even if we're looking at like $300
Hmm.
divided by 12, $300 divided by 12, that's $25 a month.
Okay. For $25 a month, and that will give them paying 300, right?
Yeah, they'd be paying
So
300.
so if you pay um the monthly, it'll be 300. And what'd you say, $25?
Yep, $25 a month, and that's gonna be more than enough, to cover the square fees, and y'all will go well above $200. Y'all probably, for more people, y'all would probably end up selling a 12-month. payment plan at about and making about $260 off of
Okay.
it.
Okay. Divide that by 30 days. I'm gonna
That
do the
25, yeah. So that
uh-huh.
25 divided by 30 days is 83 cents a day.
Okay. 83 cents a day. And I think I'm gonna take the regular price up to 225 if they're gonna pay for the whole full amount
Yeah, I would
or
say
250.
I would say do 300 for the 12 month,
Mm-hmm.
250 for the 3 month, and I would say like I would put in that last day some sales verbiage that I always use is like if you get it in the next 48 hours, you get it for $200.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they don't have to know, but that link doesn't have to expire. But you can also like, because you might have ended let's say you finish your 7 day campaign and you got 30 people to go ahead and book. Some people did the $200 and some people did the payment plan. But you got some other people that you see on your Instagram or whose phone numbers and emails you have. You might do like outreach that way, then you can even still use this link. If you interested in going, you can get the tickets. You can get the tickets pre-sale in the next 48 within 48 hours for $200, or we do have a 12-month payment plan for less than 83 cents a day, or you even have an option of paying a 3-month payment plan.
Gotcha. I actually broke it down to there we go. You
Yeah.
know, I'm struggling using this Apple.
Oh, the
So
the the MacBook.
yeah, the MacBook. So I'm trying to see how do you cut and paste. Um, okay, I'll get it some kind of way in a minute.
Yeah.
So I got 250 for 3 months, 200 if you pay in full, up front, um, within the next 24 hours, 48 hours. I'll
hmm
do that. Um,
Early bird, call it an early bird special.
okay. And oh, that's so then I'll put 220, 200 within 48 hours. And that'll be the early bird special. And then 225 regular.
Yep.
Three
And
month
that.
a 3 month plan will be 250. A 6 month plan will be 275, and a 12 month plan is going to be 300.
Mm,
So
I would give them. I would do less. I would just do 3 and 12 months. I would skip the 6 month.
okay, 3 and
Yeah.
12.
hmm
Okay, cool.
Or do 6 and 12. I would just give them two options though.
Gotcha.
And I even went on ChatGPT here and asked the chat to give me a prompt on a couple different ways that you can promote your offer using social media to also engage with your audience. So of course, the first one that they gave me was create engaging social media posts. So like again, like I said, we're following that 7 day social media campaign. Making those posts engaging, like asking a question, to get people to engage in the comments about high school, like they favorite memories or their high school crush or their favorite teacher or their funniest moment, um, stuff like that, to just get people to comment and really get into their feelings and their memories of what high school was like. Um, Another one was leverage live videos. So that these were the top two: the social media posts and live videos and stories. So definitely, I would say at some point in time, like every other week or once a month, get on live with somebody from your high school class or somebody in the committee, and y'all just kind of have a powwow and talk about the planning process. I think having
Mm-hmm.
somebody on the committee is stronger than just having somebody from high school, because you can have somebody from the committee and y'all could be talking about things that y'all are planning and getting ideas from the engagement of people on the live with y'all for like things that y'all could incorporate if y'all want to get live performance in there or whatever the case may be.
Right. Okay. Yeah. This is perfect. This is what I needed to realize how can I campaign it to them. And is it something like, because a lot of people are tell us, well, I'm not on social media. Is it something like text or something that we could get out text and email?
Um, yeah, so it'll just be do y'all it would be how you would get a hold of the numbers and emails of everybody who you don't already, let's say, have stored in your phone.
Gotcha.
Um,
So I
but
was thinking
would you say
one of
most
the ways,
people are on Facebook?
yeah, so one of the ways I was saying is kind of like doing a uh what would you call it? Like a link chain. So say I know 5 people that's usually not on Facebook, but I have their numbers. So I'll send it to them requesting that they send it to 5 more people who doesn't or something like that. I'm just trying to figure out how do I get to these people who are not on social media because you got to remember I'm talking about my age group and we're like 47, 48. And a lot of them are like, honey, I don't be on that stuff. That's for them children. Or they be like, it's too much. Or some of them got too many skeletons in the closet. Some of them there's some time. Like some people just don't have reasons why they're on it.
Right, right. So I think if anyone, I would definitely use Facebook and make a Facebook group because like you'll have a of the people that don't have social media, most of them will at least have a Facebook.
We're on Facebook. This is what I'm telling you what's been happening.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
Remember,
And
remember we on 30 years. So we've done 15, 25. So
mm,
20 and 25 is probably um the closest to social media. So 25 was definitely um a social media ramp. And I think we had 65 people to show up out of the 400 and some people that we have.
okay, okay, gotcha. So yeah, I think a chain message would work. It's definitely worth testing out. Um, I would just mind like you got to be very specific and intentional on what link you want to send them. Like it might need to be at that point you
Just the
might
link
want to
and the back main thing. That's why I was wondering if we needed a website.
yeah, and if you're going to send a link, that's where I think a website might be beneficial
Okay.
because then you could make something like I'm trying to think because maybe so here's what I'm thinking. You could use a website and create something like this, which would act as a funnel. So like you could use something like this and make it like a funnel to where, you know, people can kind of get an idea of what the web page is. So like this is my funnel that I have on my website that takes people through like, okay, there's a live community call this Tuesday, and then they can kind of learn more about it. But each of these buttons take them to the same spot.
Okay.
Right. So it just gives them more information, more information. Or if that wasn't enough and you're not ready yet, you scroll down, you get some more information. Okay, yeah, I want to attend. You click it, it takes each of those buttons take them to the same thing where again they just got two choices where they're picking which one they want to go with. Do they want to pay the $200 up front or do they want to do the do they
Well,
want to the 3 months or do they want to do the 12 months?
mhm. Okay.
So you could go this route and make something like this on a website. A website will cost you anywhere from uh I would say $10 for the domain of you picking, let's say, this high school reunion.com. That would be about $10 for the domain, $15 max for the year. And then a website is going to charge you, I would say, a basic, it would just have to be a basic 1 to 2 page website. You'll probably end up paying about $17 a month if you go with Wix, who I use for my website.
Okay. All right. Well, let me slight hire you to get us started. This is gonna be on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube.
Okay, because I'll be able to share it with the committee.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And I'm trying to figure out because I used to have, hmm, because I used to use this instead of Linktree because I didn't like how Linktree didn't let you customize it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see it. I know what I could do. I can send it to myself on here. It's an app called Universe. I want to relook at this and see what it looks like on the browser because this might even be something that y'all could maybe use, and it's a free option. So let me
Okay.
go here. Just sent it to myself. Copy link. There we go. So this is something like a link tree where you could. The thing is, you can swap up. I made mine white on purpose, but this whole space, like I could put pictures here. I could change the background color if I want to. So like you could, y'all could maybe use a group photo that y'all last took, make that the profile. uh, some more, engaging stuff like maybe even a video or whatever. And then you can make these links, customize these links however you like. But it's even other pages that you can create as well. Where I use this for like my affiliate links, and people can kind of go and click it, and it'll take them to another page where they can get all the gear that I got. So you could make something like this. Now it obviously doesn't look as nice, and it doesn't have the same capabilities that if you were to again make that website, because then you can make the website and you can get pretty creative on how that looks. This versus that. So you can really go with either of these options, really. Um,
I'm
depending
thinking of
on
the website
yeah,
because
depending on what the committee thinks is best too.
yeah, and then because once again of our age range, Linktree, I'm telling you, like they be acting like they dinosaurs.
Yeah, and the thing about this is like the reason why I don't even show this anymore is just because I don't like how many options it gives people. Like I don't like that they have so many options that they can go to as far as like what they want to click on. I would much rather people go to something like this, and it's just like, okay, boom. At the very least, I gave them two options. This option just takes them to a lead capture where I can capture their name and email
Okay.
before they download the free playbook. But then after that, it's just like, okay, they can learn about these group calls every Tuesday. Since we're actually live in it, any other day, there's usually a live ticker here as well. So like
Okay.
I usually have a live countdown that lets them know when the next one is, and it'll count down the days from whatever day they on to Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. So they'll even be able to see when it's going to start, and then like they can just go down here, see what they're going to learn, get a chance to meet the instructor, and if that's not enough, here are some testimonials that they can scroll through, and then at that point they should be ready to join, and even this button takes them again to the same page.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And that's what I like. Like when you first click into the website, it'll make them leave their email address.
Mm-hmm.
And that way we can collect those email addresses.
Yeah, you
Uh,
can have it because I don't mine doesn't come up automatically, but there you do have options where if as soon as they load the page, this will pop up like
yeah,
this.
that's what we want to be able to do. I
Got it.
know. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to have them look at this video and I would definitely connect with you on that so that we can get this popping and going. They
Okay.
want to at least get 100 people this time.
Yeah. And y'all got plenty of time, like starting a year in advance, like 100 people divided by 12. Divided by 12, that's literally 8 people a month.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like two people a week. So just y'all have the goal of just getting 3 people signed up every week,
Yeah,
and y'all got everything y'all need.
yeah, yeah. We can do that. I definitely think that we can reach the 100 mark if we just do the work and, like I said, funnel them back to the website. So that link chain will be just a link to the website so that everybody can come straight back to the website.
So you're talking about the chain message.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you and all the other members of the committee, like that could be like y'all daily tasks, like how many texts did you send out,
Right.
and even the text you want to carefully craft those to make sure that the open rate and the click through rate is high, so it converts. Like if you send it out to 20 people, you want to get at least I would say 15 people open it and at least 10 people click the link.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I would. I'm gonna get this out. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's definitely going to, you gave yourself plenty of time, so I'm excited for y'all to start rolling out that campaign, and I'm even curious to see what you come up with on that campaign too. And just to as a reminder, those days you'll be looking at you'll be looking at yep, day one on the hook. Share my screen again. Day one, you run in the hook.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a question, or you can have a series of questions to bring people that those feelings back on from about high school. Day two, to educate, I would say motivate. The motivation behind why we having a 30-year anniversary, why you want to be there, why you don't want to miss out. The reward, what happens when you do a 30-year anniversary, when you do a reunion anyway, like what happens, the outcome, maybe go over some of the last reunions and some testimonies and good experiences and vibes that people might share with you from the last reunion. That could be, you can make a member of your committee in charge of reaching out to people and be like, hey, do you remember the 20-year anniversary? Like, do you have a story that you want to tell that made that reunion special, or just stuff like that. Maybe even getting people to record some little quick 30-second to a minute videos on their phone that they could send y'all. um or even just a response, like back to responding back to the text message, screenshotting that and sharing that, because you can again go back and put that on the website, right?
Yeah.
Like, because there we go. Like you can literally put those screenshots on the website
Yeah.
so that people could be like, oh yeah, wow, okay, I remember this person when they was there. So that's an idea. And
Okay.
then day five, the feature, maybe getting somebody on your committee to go live with them, and y'all, just talk a little bit on social media. Or I would say, if you think most of the people are on Facebook, then Instagram, go live on Facebook, because Facebook, I think people can watch a Facebook live without having a Facebook account.
Yeah. Oh, can they?
I think so. I think so. Because I know that you can, like, I can watch, like, when people send me videos on Facebook, I can watch those videos all the time without being signed into my Facebook.
I guess so.
Yeah, so I would do a Facebook Live. And then the action, this is where again you taking, you're making those very bold call to actions, letting people know about the early bird special,
Mhm.
letting people know that they got other options. But again, going back to why we really recommend the early bird special, the benefits of the early bird special. Maybe they even get some VIP, for the first 10 people who, get tickets within the next 48 hours. You might be entered in a raffle.
Gotcha. Gotcha. You know, one of the things I left out that I was bringing to the table for the committee is, so starting in August would have been our senior year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so going around all the way to next year. And I'm not sure why they chose August 3rd of next year, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna debate it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I wanted to do was also get our class involved into like the community service of giving back to the school, like our whole senior year. It would have been so like having um, people be at the school the first day of school to welcome them back, welcome the seniors to the school on the first day. Former football players going back helping the coaches and practice, or same with basketball and any other sport. And then giving like time for people to come in and talk with the school and saying, hey, once a month we want to have conversations with the seniors, with the class of 94 on different levels. And so I wanted to be able to have that option for people to sign up and let's talk about that. Like that's a way to motivate people to, hey, after we have given back for the whole year, we're going to celebrate at the end of the year, at the end of our accomplishment to help, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Some type of service. And I think taking that initiative, the school might even be, open to, you know, more even like hosting more of those reunions because of the benefit that the school gets from the alumni, having a reunion. You guys might set a new precedent. When does like do you know when they go back to school?
I know it's usually August 1, but I know it's very early.
Got it. So even if they go to school, right, like that, I doubt that they'll go back on a Thursday. So it might be that Monday, August 5th.
Let's see. Yeah, it might be. It might be. No telling with the Atlanta public school system. They go to school on a Friday.
Wow, that's weird. So I would say if it's on Friday, that's perfect because that's a part of your 3-day weekend. But if it's on that Monday the 5th, like you could make it, still a 3-day weekend, but it would be like an optional fourth day on that Monday doing some service for the school, like you know um uh meeting the kids at the door, just greeting them and wishing them luck on their first day, even talking to the school about, doing like a first day of school pet rally or something like that, hosted by the alums of
Okay.
this class.
Yes. Yes. I would love that.
Yeah, like whenever I used to, cause I used to plan homecoming events for my university. So we will
Uh-huh.
always have like it'll be like we'll have a whole week of events, but we'll still have like that Sunday, which technically isn't a part of homecoming, but that Sunday will be like an optional day of service, mandatory for like student leaders, like if you was in SGA or if you're in a Greek organization, that was mandatory for you, but we made it optional for like just the other students of the school to be a part of cleaning up the campus and making sure that all the stuff from the week before during homecoming, we not going to class walking through trash and stuff like that. um
Gotcha.
yeah, so you can make that fourth day an optional day for people that really want to again just connect and give back, and it's different ways that you could frame the benefit and market that as well.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. Well, the first day of school is the first. That's on a Tuesday though.
On a Thursday.
You got 23, August 23.
Oh, wait. I thought the reunion was in 24.
It is, but our school year starts this year.
Gotcha, gotcha.
We would have
So
been yeah.
so you want to do this for this year?
Yeah, because see, what it is in August would have been the start of our senior year. We graduated in 94. We actually graduated in June of 94. So next year, June of 2024 is our
The
graduation.
actual graduation.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's why I said I don't know how they came up with pushing it all the way to August for that, but it is what it is. I don't want to fight nobody on no date
Yeah.
because I,
I
I
would
even
say. I would say even like I think that you could do something on the 23rd, but I would say make the main event whatever like the main event or whatever service project you can do, make that close to the main event as possible. So I would even say like August 24.
Oh,
That
you saying next year, make it next year. See, what I was
yeah.
thinking, the whole school year, like
Mm,
connect with the principal and once a month. So like August, September, October, December, January, every month. We have 400 students in our class.
yeah.
So every month we can have like a panel with the seniors. And then I want to be able to have people to sign up on that website from our class that wants to be on a panel just to talk to the seniors about what's next,
Yeah.
what should be looking for. So it's like a mentoring group that they will get their whole senior year from the class of 94.
I like that. I think that that will be something that like so like you might even create a committee just for that. Like people can volunteer. So like yeah, I would say make that a part of the committee, but I don't want to say confuse like your regular folks who just want to have a good time. I would say not include that in
On the web.
the not in the website. Don't include that in any of like the marketing material, like when you putting out the content to promote the ticket sales.
Okay, I
I would
got
say
you.
make that yeah strictly for the ticket sales. But if you want to put like instead right here, instead like so right here, instead of get the social media growth playbook, maybe um you know join our um high school mentorship outreach
Yes.
or alumni uh new student mentorship program or big brother big sister program, join this, and then have them when they click it, then they can leave their name and email, and then somebody on your committee could reach out to them to get them scheduled for that monthly panel, or the best panel that will line up with the goals, and you can always make it work out how it need to work out.
Gotcha. Mentorship outreach.
Yeah, so that's even more of I would say that's even more of a reason why the committee might benefit from just getting a domain and a website.
Okay. Get a domain and website. I had them. Alright. And we might even have one. So it might be good even if we just I talk to them about it.
Hmm. Perfect. Yeah, that's how I would run that. I would definitely run that play like that. And um, would you even with you being on a committee, how would that look for like as far as your influence with maybe throwing in like your personal brand, like what you do with straight from the chair, or even just the things that you've been trying to build up. Is there any way for you to connect the two?
I was thinking of that. Um, yeah, you'll have to edit this part out though.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you. We
Okay.
actually, what we actually could do is we're gonna wrap it up right there,
Okay.
because we right at 9:30 anyway, so we could wrap up the live for those who are joining on YouTube. Appreciate you for tapping in. Let us know in the comments what you want to, continue to hear as far as, monetization tips and tricks, content creation hacks. Let us know what kind of lessons you want to have. We'll bring it to y'all on a weekly basis. But other than that, y'all, we're gonna be out, and I'm gonna end that stream right there, Crystal. So we good to go.